You don't need another course, another podcast, or another book because we are already drowning in information but starving to clarity, right? And the belief that we need one more thing or we need that secret hack in order to be successful or to hit our goal is the reason why we are getting stuck, right? In this video, I'm going to explain you how to get out of this information loop and to start taking action or moving intentionally towards your goal or toward your online business or toward your whatever goal you want, lose weight, stop smoking, or whatever goal that you want and it's stopping you. Adding information definitely is the problem. We are already on an era of information overload. In the internet era, there's so much information stuffed in our head, thinking that this will be the solution. But at the end of the day, we never think about the operating system. It's overloading our software. It's overloading our mind. And the more we get overloaded, the more we get confused. Did you try it? Have you ever been excited on a new information and then you start becoming so excited and then you start executing and after 3 days you feel bored because there's another strategy, another information came on the internet, came on your feeds or in YouTube, but suddenly it's just another 3 day excitement and after that it wears out. The problem really is not the information because the information is there, right? And if you want to achieve something, all the information that you need is already there. The strategy is there. But the problem is we never look into ourselves. We never look into our state. We are identified in an identity that actually keeps us in scarcity. And the more information you stuff, the more layers it gets and the more confusing it becomes. So the real key here is we need to empty that information and start watching your state, not just your identity. Identity shifting is still on the surface level. You got this hidden subconscious identity. Yes, there is, but we need to go deeper than that. We need to notice that. We need to see that. Because once you don't see that, your emotion will take control of you. Your identity will take control of your decision, of your behavior, of your result, of your life situation actually, right? So you cannot perform to the max if the operating system itself is overloaded or is attached to the information or it is controlled by emotion or is controlled by a self-image. And because of that, and then we wonder what's going on, what's wrong. It's because we're looking on the surface level. So the problem is we keep on reacting on situation. We keep on responding based to the identity we are attached with. And then we blame it to the information. Or we blame it to some external situations. Right? But it's always internal. What's happening in our external world, what's happening in our life is a reflection from our inner self. So one way to identify that is to see what state are we operating from, right? What is that state? How do we feel? Are we happy? Are we tensed? Because if we are not feeling well, if we are in anxiety, if we are not happy, if we are tensed, if we are chasing a dream instead of building it, then no matter how good information you receive, but if the operating system is in scarcity, is defective in a way, not aligned, not aligned on whatever goal that we want to hit, and there is a contradiction to it. Like you want to have an abundant lifestyle, but your operating system is in scarcity, so there's a big misalignment. So there is no connection. So there will always be a friction. And the more friction you have, the more resistance, the more pressure it creates. So looking instead of the information, we need to look inside our state. What state are we operating from? Are we operating from emotion? Does our decision is based by our emotion, right? Or are we responding from a situation, responding through an identity, through a self-image, right? For instance, you want to create content or you want to lose weight and you want to hit a certain goal. And what happens is we know what to do, right? If you want to lose weight, all you have to do is basically eat less, move more. That's the whole thing. But we complicate things, right? Because if you want to change something, if our mind or our habit is used to something, that's the comfort zone. But if you want to change your lifestyle, for example, with eating, and you're not don't eat sweets, don't eat some fatty foods and all that stuff. We all know that, but we keep on doing it because that change alone creates threat. So emotionally, we make a decision that this is hard, and then your mind supports that decision, right? So there's the emotion and the mind, and there's a story saying, "No, I'll just do it one more time. This is too hard." Well, it is not really too hard, but the mind, the thoughts supporting that emotion makes it feel it is hard. And the more we believe that thought, the more we believe that emotion, it becomes real. It feels real. So then it is a decision being created coming from emotion supported by the mind. Another thing is if you decided that it's hard because I am this type of person, then you have a certain image. You hold on this image, hold on this personality. I'm a guy who loves sweets, right? For example, I'm not a vegetable guy, whatever. So whatever label you give to your identity and you truly believe in that, your mind, your thought will support that identity, will create some various reasons or excuses that will support your identity. It becomes a limitation. So your identity can be a limitation. Another operating system that you can start looking at is true awareness. You know that that's how you change. Like example, with your online business, you just need to take action. You need to get traffic, you need to solve a problem, and you need to get visibility. And then you start interacting with people. It's everything is the information is there. But what's holding you is that fear, right? So in the state of inner operating system, in the state of awareness, in the state of presence, if you stay just behind the identity, behind the mind, just awareness, then you will notice how the emotion functions. Then you will notice how the mind functions, your thoughts. Then you can notice the identity, the self-image that you're holding. And just by noticing it, you can evaluate, is this action, this decision from the mind, this decision from the emotion, this decision from the self-image, is this supporting my goal? Then you can already see if there's a misalignment, just don't do it. But it's very hard if you are attached with a certain identity or a certain emotion. And to create a gap is to go in the state of awareness, in the state of presence behind that. And how you do that is simply notice it, right? Your identity, if you're attached to it, you can never see your identity because you're attached to it. But if you step back, be in presence, be in observer mode, you can see, you can notice that identity and name it, right? My name is John. So John is acting like this. And there's already a gap. If you just see John as a character instead of identity, then you can actually change the character, change the behavior simply by noticing it, simply by knowing that what he's doing is misaligned on his goal, right? So it's not the information that we need. All we need is the shift of where are we operating from. Because if you operate from a state of presence, then naturally your mind is calm, there is no fear, there is no anxiety, there is no attachment. Then what happens is your decision making becomes aligned because it is really that simple. Just like what I said, if you want to lose weight, it's just move more, eat less, eat healthy, no junk foods, for example. We know that. And it's not hard to do that. You want to stop smoking? You will have the urge. That's all right. But if you are in a state of presence, then no matter how strong the urge is, the urge will last for a few days. But then it will be gone because you know. You operate, you make a decision out of presence, out of awareness. Then no matter what urge it is, the urge only becomes stronger if you give attention to it, if you feed energy to it, if you feed your emotion, if you feed more energy, you engage more into it, the stronger it becomes. But if you stay on an observer state, it loosens its power, right? Just give it a try. And this is how you stop getting feeding your stuffing yourself with information. It's not about the information. It's not new courses, new strategy. No matter how best the strategy you are or information that you learn from a course, from a podcast, from a book, it will never work unless your state is in operating from fear, operating from emotion, operating from an identity that's supporting that emotion. All we have to do is step back in the presence. We have this community inside school. It's called Klariti, and Klariti stands for click. For it's a method we use to operate from the creator mode, which is operating from awareness. And this we have inside a masterclass about the three operating system: the internal operating system, the reactor mode, the responder mode, and the creator mode. So it's layers of operating system, and then the purpose is to operate from the creator mode, so we can start creating our life, our goal, and not just responding or reacting from a situation. We create the situation, we make a decision from awareness, so that decision becomes firm and making it more simple, right? And more fun as well. So if you're interested, the access to this community is in the description below. Also the masterclass as well. So, and then we have community members inside. This is what we talk about: how to operate from the creator mode, from the presence, from the state of presence. How do we identify, notice the emotion that's controlling our decision, our behavior, the identity that's been controlling. So basically what we do is we reshape the identity into a character so that there is no attachment. And then in every situation you have in life, you have its different character, different personality, but not attached to yourself. Something that you can just build as a creator mode. If you're interested, join in the description, and I'll see you in the next video. All right? Peace.